Carrie and Tommy will launch in just a second to brighten your day. With CommBank Yellow, you get discounts and exclusive experiences, more recognition for you, and benefits for your business too. Say hello to CommBank Yellow today.
It's the one and only
Carrie Bickmore.
And Tommy Little.
This
Is Carrie and Tommy.
Yeah, welcome to another big podcast, but not today.
No Bickers today. The one and only Dave Thornton filling in.
Good to be here. And Tommy, I just want to say, as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for inviting me along. And because I've now been a semi-regular guest,
Thanks for being here is a weird thing to say.
thanks for being here. Is that what I said?
To me, yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, no, I think that's actually perfectly fine from Thorno, because sometimes you do rock up very late. So thanks for being here.
Yes. As you were saying.
Well, Jez, producer to the Stars, has just done a little intro for when I'm on the show, just to make it feel, special.
Okay.
Oh, sheesh. The big dog is in the house.
Thorno is here and he about to steal the show with the sexiest voice you ever heard in stereo. Thorno's on the show with that other potato. Finally, something good on the radio.
Welcome to the Dave Thornton Experience, featuring Tommy.
Yes. I like it.
You like
I do
it?
have a question. Yes. So it said in there you have the sexiest voice. Why were you not the one who voiced that?
Well, that, because I'm saving the sexiness for the rest
Oh,
of
we
the
got to
show.
peek later in the show.
Building up to it.
What is the Dave Thornton experience?
Oh, strap in, mate.
Ooh,
And it's over.
strap in, right?
That's it.
That was it. That was it in real time.
You're welcome.
Best wishes to Carrie. Of course, she said she's doing some Pilates course or something. She's picked up a side hustle. Anyway, the wonderful folks at Chobani have sent in some product, and they said, "Hi, Carrie. We heard you were recently recommended Greek yogurt by your doctor." Carrie said it wasn't a thrush thing. And so they sent us in some yogurt. So, Thorno, if you want to dabble in some Chobani as well, I don't know how your thrush is going, but you feel free to tip in. Treatment to the stars.
Isn't part of the Thornton experience.
So much to come on today's show. We are going to give away a trip to paradise. That could be you. But up next, Carrie wanted me to bring this story. It's a new Poo Jogger. That's next.
Carrie and Tommy.
Carrie and Tommy driving you home for your Thursday arvo, but Carrie is away today. We've got Dave Thornton filling in.
Yes, but she's never not working. She sent me through this story and said, I think this would be really good for our show.
Is it cutting news? What is it? Like something? Is it Ukraine, Russia? What are we talking?
It's a little simpler than that. It is another Poo Jogger, Dave. Of course, when you think of the famous Poo Joggers, what do you think of?
I mean, I don't know by name, but I do remember the guy in Brisbane.
The guy in Brisbane who waved at the camera. Remember him? And he was like a high-flying board member or something.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
For some reason, it makes me laugh
on
more.
camera and he waved.
I always find it weird that it's the same spot.
Yes.
Like, I would assume if I had that
say
problem.
You mix it up, yeah.
Keep them guessing.
There was the one out the front of Sweaty Betty or whatever, the PR place.
I didn't know
Oh, yeah.
You know, Roxy Jasenko's place.
That's right, yeah. And
Yes.
it was the same person every time, and they threatened them because they had video footage.
Yeah, a PR place too.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Spin on
what
it.
a place to
Yeah.
do it. Well, this one's been happening out the front of the Asbestos Diseases Society of Australia in Osborne Park, northwest Perth. It's happened 4 times, and they originally thought the first one was just an unfortunate event and sympathised with the culprit. And then it happened 3 more times, and they got footage of her pausing her fitness tracker.
Hey, guys, I can't find the poo emoji on Strava. This is really
I don't want to count these calories.
And they said each time they have to get cleaners in because it's a biohazard. Now, if the Asbestos Diseases Society of Australia are calling your mess a biohazard, that is...
Guys, you've gone too far. I've got to be honest.
And we've lost our in-house expert on this because we used to have a Poo Jogger that worked on our show. Of course, our wonderful producer, Sonda, she had, it was a medical thing where often she would run. She would need to go to the toilet. And I remember she went on the project to talk about it, and I can't believe they convinced her to do this because they told her it'd be kind of funny. But then Sonda just delivered a piece to camera where she just said, It's really awful, and I sometimes use my dogs as shields in a park, and they put like sad violin music under it. Really? And I think
The
they even
5
wrote,
minutes that she recorded, I think it was like 10 seconds.
and I think they even gave her a super. I think it said Sonda Novak Booth Poo Jogger.
Yeah.
On the screen.
That is Poo's delivered differently.
131060 has this, because I know there's no poo joggers listening in terms of a targeted offence like this, but I want to know, has it happened to you? Because have you ever had it?
No, I've had something kick in and then found a public toilet. Yeah. Thank God. I'm looking. But yeah, I'm intrigued as well. We've got a common friend who this happened a lot with, and should we mention him?
Oh, I don't mind if you do.
Yeah. I mean, Carl Chandler, he's probably happy about it. He runs an awesome comedy room here in Melbourne, Basement Comedy, and he had many days in succession where he was unfortunately in trouble, but then he found out he was eating high-fibre bread.
Also, stop running. After I get up to 2 days, there's no way I'm running on day 3.
If you're still doing that.
Yeah.
I can't believe it can't kick in beforehand, though.
A run is not that good. I have my housemate Johnny once. He did the 100K. You know, it's for a good cause. The 100K run, and the start of it, his guts were a bit crook, and he used a portaloo at the start line, and he was wearing like suspenders, things that pull up to keep your pants up, right?
Oh yeah,
cool. Your running shorts, or whatever. And oh no, it was his camelback. It was the straps to his camelback. And then he started running. He goes, God, someone here smells like shit. No. And he's like, oh, God, why can't I? And you try and run away from the group that he was in. And then he's like, oh, there's still what is it? And when in his rush to get onto the portal, he'd like taken his camelback straps off and they'd hung in the toilet. And he just 131060, give us a call. When did it happen to you on a run? And how did you do it? Give us a call.
Gary and Tommy.
Gary and Tommy for your Thursday Arvo. No Bickers today. We got Dave Thornton filling in, and we're talking poo jogging.
Yep. There's a new one. Carrie sent this in. She said, I think this would be good for the show. In my absence, keep the tone up. So in Perth, someone has struck 4 times, one time in the same spot, one time pausing her fitness tracker before committing the act. So we're asking, has it happened to you? G'day, Mal.
Yeah, g'day. How you going?
Yeah, not too bad. Have you had an instance of poo jogging?
Well, we've had the receiving end. I manage a commercial property in the city.
Oh.
Right? And I had, over a period of time, I had one person do 5 times in a fire stair over a period of time.
Oh.
That's too many.
Ooh.
One's too many.
And late last year, I had a lady walk in off the street who decided she couldn't make it to the bathroom. And made it directly into the elevator.
You know when you get in a lift and someone's obviously farted and then left the lift? I will never complain about that again after poor Mal having to...
Imagine if you got in that lift thinking it was a fart and you're like, oh, it'll go away. And then you've got like the ride to the top of the building and you clock it. And
also, then you've got to be the one that gets out of the lift. Yeah.
Just praying the lift doesn't stop.
Yeah. But in my mind, she'd be, you know, when a dog looks a bit shameful when it does it? Like this poor woman couldn't hold it. So she's probably looking down at her feet. I'm not happy with what's happened right now.
Mal, with the first one, with the multiple times in the stairway, did you catch the person?
No.
No. Do you have your suspicions?
We did have, but the actual people that were associated well and truly left us. So as far as I was concerned, that stopped afterwards.
Okay.
It's very possible.
Okay.
You know where I think this all started, Tommy?
Thank you, Mal.
And this ties in with your run that you're about to do in a week's time.
Yes.
Robert D. Costello in the early 80s.
I know.
He did a marathon.
I know this story.
Yeah. And then he was sponging down his legs, and everyone afterwards assumed he was cooling down his body. And then it was found out, no. Old Bobby needed to go twosies, just went, and then had to wipe it all down as he was running.
Do you know what I respect about it? Is because marathon runners around the world started sponging down their legs, thinking it was a muscle cooling technique. And he came out and said, guys, stop sponging down your legs. I couldn't hold it in and accidentally did my DAX. Which, if that was me in his instance, I'd say, Yep, it's a cooling technique. 100%. 100% sponges. Get your sponges.
Did you see the runner?
Bickers Out sponges.
Did you see the runner at the Paris Olympics that said to the cameraman, "Oh, please don't film me from behind because I've."
Oh yes. Oh, yeah. and she was so polite.
Yeah.
And she went, "Thank you."
Yeah.
Hey, Selena.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Has this happened to you?
Yes, I went out with my dog and I was about a K from home feeling fine beforehand and was like, oh, I don't feel very well. Tried to make it home and didn't make it home and pooed myself.
Oh.
Thankfully, my mum was home visiting and because my partner was away and I had to give her an SOS call because I was sitting on the footpath beside the road, the busiest road I could have picked in my hometown, while people are walking past me.
Selena, how do you raise that? Mum, remember when you used to change my nappy when I was 1? Can we continue that trend?
Selena, one of our producers has a good question. Did you blame it on the dog?
If only I could have.
Also,
thankfully, nobody asked me.
But also, how would the dog get in your pants?
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, we can blame the smell. The smell's it.
Yes. Thank you, Selena. Appreciate it. G'day, Luce.
Hey, guys. How you going?
Yeah, great. What do you got for us?
Okay, so I must preface, not me, but a friend of mine.
Sure. Of course.
Sure. I know, right? That's the line, right? No, it's a US Marine friend of mine. He was running his yearly physical fitness test.
Okay.
So he was about to break the company record, and then he felt a rumble in his tummy and a little bit of churning in his loins, and he just went for it. And the Marines wear these little silky, basically boxer shorts that did not hold us thing in. So it went all down his legs. And as he's running, hell for leather, it kicked it up all over his back. And not only that, but he finished and he broke the company record. His drill sergeant came right up to him, slapped him on the back to congratulate him, and then immediately made him drop and give him 20 for being such a nasty.
I mean, it's amazing. It's a pretty good, if you're in the Marine, it's a pretty good technique to evade capture. Like, are we going to take a hostage? Not this one, I don't reckon.
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
What do you got for us, Thornstar?
I can tell you something, mate. Do you know that I've created 2 humans?
I do. 2 gorgeous little girls.
That's right. 6 and 8 years old, those ones. And we don't mind
those ones. How many others are there?
Hey? Wish this wasn't live. So we sitting at the dinner table. It was an interesting situation because there was an older fella up the street from us. An ambulance did turn up. He's all fine. It wasn't all crazy sirens. Unfortunately, the old guy had a bit of a fall. But he's all good. We made sure he was fine, and he gets in the ambulance. And then we go back to the dinner table with the girls, and they just started bringing up.
Of course, you got questions.
They got questions. And they started bringing up, I think, like, oh, is he going to be okay? I said, I think he's going to be fine. He's all right. And then they're like, oh, geez, I mean, how long do you think he's going to live for? And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know those questions.
I'll put a number on it right here, right now.
Yeah. And then they started.
You could give a ballpark figure, though. No, but like you can give a ballpark figure for all of us. Like you've got another 40 years. I've got another 4.
Oh, that's generous. I don't reckon this run you're going on, you're going to get to the end. But anyway.
4 months, weeks, days.
How
far away is the run?
4.
And so we were talking about it, and then they said, how long do you think you guys, the kids asked, my partner and I, how long do you think you're going to live for? And we said, we don't know. I hope we're around for a while. And my youngest, who is a bit of a rat bag, just goes, I know who's going to die here first. And we said, which one? And she went, I swear this is all true. She just went, daddy, and delivered it like a musical.
That is excellent.
Why did you say it like that? She said it was kind of like, she couldn't articulate it, but she did it to almost soften the blow. It was like.
But it's funny.
It is funny.
Yeah.
And this is something that I don't know if it's ever been done on radio. I don't know if it's been done in media ever.
Talk to me.
How about people call in 131060? Kids do say the darndest things.
That sounds catchy.
Do they?
That sounds catchy. I'm going to need to hear callers for proof of this.
Yeah, just of little humans' brains and what they've said to you, to your face.
I reckon that's the only time that's happened.
No, I think there's going to be a lot of people out there, Tommy.
I mean, I'm happy to be proven wrong, and it has happened before, but I'm not feeling wrong in this instance.
Are you sure? Because, stop me if I'm wrong, this show goes out to this entire great continent of ours, does it not?
It does. All across our beautiful brown land.
Well, and then so the close to 30 million people who no doubt are listening.
Everyone.
Everyone. Surely surely there are some people out there, adults who have heard children say darndest things.
Give us a call, 13 10 60. Kids, what was it again? Kids say the darndest things.
Mm-hmm.
Give us a call.
Carrie and Tommy.
The Thursday Arvo, it is Carrie and Tommy for the drive home, but Carrie is away today. We got Dave Thornton filling in, and we are doing something you would have never, ever heard before.
How does it go again?
I only found out about this recently because I have 2 children at home. They say the darndest things, Tommy.
What did your little one say?
Well, we were talking about the end of people's lives, and she said at the dinner table, I know who's going to die here first. Daddy! And it was like Inheritance the musical. She was just thinking about what she could get out of the situation. So I put it out there, 13 10 60, to this great continent of ours. Sam, have kids in your world said the darndest things?
They have. So it was about maybe 4 years ago. I was just getting out of the shower and my son came in, and as I was getting dressed, he turned around to me and goes, Mum, those shakes you're on, I don't think they're working.
Oh, that is brutal.
Yeah, he doesn't hold back.
Sam, what do you say? I mean, what do you just have to go, ha, 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 and then go cry in another room, or what happens?
Yeah, that's basically what I did. I went to my husband, I was like, oh my God, he just like really hurt my feelings. And all we could do was laugh because I want him to be honest to people, but I wasn't expecting him to be brutally honest.
Fight fire with fire. Just body shame him back.
Yeah, everything you can see, you're getting in 20 years, kid. Thank you, Sam. G'day, Ruth.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, very good. When did kids say the darndest things?
Yeah, okay, I have 3 daughters, and my middle child, she was about 8 years old at the time, and we used to drive a Volvo, and we were driving to school, and she'd been doing sex education at school, and the Volvo sign was sort of right on front of the car, you know, like, and she looked horrified at me and said, "Oh, Mum, do we drive a Volvo?"
Oh.
So, yeah, that was the name of the car from then on, the Volvo.
Tommy tries that at least once a week.
I was about to say I can't find where I parked it, but that's the wrong bit of it.
No, you've just
Wrong joke.
Yeah. You almost got there.
Yeah.
Which is evidently adults say the darndest things as well, don't they?
G'day, Tracy.
Yeah, hi. How are you going?
Yeah, so good. How are you, Trace?
That's nice.
Yeah, good, thank you.
That's good. What do you got?
I've got 2 daughters,
Yeah.
and at the time when they were 3 and 4, I'd had a bit of an asthma attack, and my oldest was a bit panicked, and the youngest one, who was 3 at the time, turned around and said, "Don't worry, Mum will be dead soon and we can go eat the cookies."
Carrie and Tommy.
Yes, that is where you're at for your Thursday afternoon, but no Bickmore today. We've got Dave Thornton here.
She's doing a horticulture course, and apparently it wraps up today, so she will be back. Dee Thornton, have you got any live shows coming up?
That is amazing that you brought it up. Yes, I do, mate.
You told me to.
Yeah, that's exactly right. This is working beautifully. Go to Dave_Thornton. You'll see them all there. But this month at Parramatta, I've got the live taping of the show I've been touring for the last 18 months at Basement Comedy here in Melbourne. That's on June 19th. Still a couple tickets for that. And then Warrnambool. And then after Brizzy, Terrelton, Frankston, Phillip Island. It's all happening.
Yeah, it's all happening. You didn't go with your old email address for your website, Dave O'Behave.
I mean, that is vintage. And I now...
Sorry, that's still your email.
You're going to get a lot of emails.
Mate, you should see when I have to share it with parents at school when we're trying to organise something. Like, are you an adult? I'm like, I thought I was.
Heaps still to come on the show. We've got a trip to paradise to give away. We are giving away one of those trips a day for you and a mate. That can be a friend, that can be a partner, whoever you want. Escape, sit poolside and sip cocktails with us. What's up next, Thorno?
Up next... I'm going to dabble in something that I think the ladies will be interested in.
About time you tried that.
Oh, that's her.
Got him! Carrie and Tommy.
Hey, Tommy, you know earlier in the show how Carrie said this is an article you need to talk about.
Yep.
And it was the highbrow article that we spoke of?
Poo Jogger.
That's right. This is in the same realm. Carrie was like, we've got to talk about this.
Oh, is there another one hot off the press? When does she stop working, that woman?
She doesn't. And I did send this on to my lovely partner through this reel into her DMs because I saw it. It piqued my interest.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe we just play it out and you'll know what we're talking about.
Okay. So, is your fart to flash ratio off in your marriage? What am I saying? Yes, I said fart. Ladies, if you are farting and you are not flashing your husband, that is not sexy. You should not be farting if you are not flashing your husband. Now, if your fart to flash ratio is on point, which I think should be 3-to-1 for every fart that you do, you probably need to flash him 3 times for you to still be sexy in his eyes.
What? So, Tommy, to break this down, this woman was saying in a relationship, if the wife does fart in front of the partner, she needs to then flash 3 times to counter it, and so that the partner will still find her attractive. Do you agree with this scenario?
What?
What do you mean, what?
What?
Okay, all right. I get this because you've never been in a long-term relationship.
No, but I also, and this has been to the detriment of many of my relationships, I also would never fart in front of my partner, and that's probably why I haven't had a long-term relationship. One time I was on a romantic getaway with my missus at the time, and I needed to go to the bathroom, and it was like it was one of those hotel rooms where there's the thinnest door on the bathroom, and I'm like, I cannot do number 2 in here. And so I told her that I wanted to go for a swim in the ocean. It was 10:30 p.m. at night, and I thought that was easier. And then, because it was such a weird thing to do, I had to pretend that was a thing I did normally. So I had to go for a swim the next night at 10:30 p.m. just to not arouse suspicion that I, like every human.
But to be fair, then maybe that was you were on your, that was your time every night. So maybe she was like, this is on schedule for him.
I bet she knew the whole time.
Yeah,
he's going to take a dump in the water.
Yeah, this guy.
And she probably used that time to use the one in the hotel room.
True.
Yeah, covered your tracks perfectly.
I've come back in wet going, God, it stinks in here.
Well, for anyone who is in a long-term relationship, it's going to happen. I'm sorry. You're going to flatulate in front of your partner.
What do you mean flash your partner? Like, as in, is that hot? I thought flashing was like a fun thing that you do at
isn't that the
rock concerts and stuff, but not a. What are
you talking about? My life is going to be, if I'm working from home, my partner came by and just went, ew, and then just flashed herself to me, I'll be like, nah, that's pretty good.
But see that at the start?
Yeah.
That's not an attractive. When someone does something that's attractive, you go and go, they get offended, trust me.
When you're pointing at them and laughing. Yeah. I think this is a really solid ratio. I do genuinely think
this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Again, okay, from the guy who's never been in a long-term relationship.
Yeah,
Let's
I am
work out
interested to see what the ratio is here.
But what do you... I don't understand.
Okay, what I need...
Can't you just be either cool with it or not?
But hold on, if you're in a relationship with a girl and she...
I don't mind if she farts.
Right.
I'm just not going to fart in front of her.
Is there a limit to the farts?
If she Dutch ovens me, I'm still fine with it. That's funny. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but see, then now you're laughing at her.
Yeah, she's not Dutch ovening me in a hot way.
Okay.
It is hot. I think this works out all right. I'm just saying 13 10 60, if people want to call in, especially I want to hear from women, just about if you do fart in front of your partner, do you think you need to flash them 3 times just to keep it, just to keep the romance alive?
What producers are always losing their mind out there.
This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Oh, hey, Zoe, that's right. I agree.
Tommy, I've never respected you more.
I thought you were genuinely going to say, Tommy, I've never respected you.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was too. And I was like, I was still fine with that. Yeah, I don't respect myself either. I can't expect it of other people. Don't hold me in a high regard.
The calls are just lighting up. Because both of those things should be common in a relationship, I think.
Okay, 13 10 60, is this the dumbest thing you've ever heard? Give us a call.
Carrie and Tommy.
Right now we're talking about the dumbest thing ever, David.
Oh, someone seems a little put off. What happened was a reel came up on my Instagram of an American woman talking about how to keep the magic alive in a relationship. If you do fart in front of your partner, you need to flash him at least 3 times to counteract the farting, so he still finds you attractive.
What are you doing in return? So as in when you fart, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't think flashing works for guys.
I was going to say, Jesse, Nikki said just stop on all grounds. Like if you could just not fart and not flash that would be amazing. But Tommy, you're not a fan of this. But I realised when you're in a long-term relationship, you've got kids and things, like if you've seen the birth of your child, you've done all this, like farting is not really a problem. However, it may take the edge off the romance. So I'm kind of for it. This is a pretty good ratio.
It sounds like it might have been your idea.
Well, I threw it out 13, 10, 60.
Wait, was this your TikTok?
Yeah. Gina, how do you feel about this ratio?
I think this is actually so stupid. Like you said, in a long-term relationship and you've got kids, like farting is like on the better side of seeing your kid come out of there.
So you think you think just fart and be happy about it and have fun?
Yeah, of course.
Do you ever? How far, Gina? Will you get your partner to pull your finger?
No, I wouldn't go to that extent. But if I walk past and it just happens, it just happens. It is what it is.
Do you have a funny thing to say after you fart? Do you say, sorry, stepped on a duck or something?
No, but I should.
Yeah, but this is, Gina, I agree with you. I got no problem with my partner farting in front of me. But
you're requesting 3 flashes in return.
Yeah, but then on like what you said before, what do we get in return? Because I don't want to see you flashing.
That is true.
It's you specifically, Thorno.
But I say this to my partner, is that I said, don't you want me after all these years to still be a little bit pesty? Like a little bit, like you flash and I go, oh, good stuff. Like if you flashed and I went, oh, don't worry about it. That's not great. If you flash and I'm still excited, isn't that good?
Well,
that's great.
Yeah, that bit's great. I think Jenna's you just don't like the contractual nature of this suggestion.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you think it's, like I do, the dumbest thing ever.
So,
yes.
Gina, what do you think about men like Tommy who don't think women should ever fart in front of guys?
No, I didn't say that.
Oh,
No,
I feel like it's really coming off you, mate.
No, Gina, I said that women can fart.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, Tommy. Mind you, Tommy's out the next morning. He never hears it, so who knows? He's never heard.
This is a man
Next morning,
who is
come on.
lashing out.
I am, because I think this is a good
You're
idea.
like a caged animal who's just gone, I'm taking everyone down with me. G'day, Emma.
Hello.
What do you think of this dumb thing?
I think it's so good.
Do you?
I'm so for it.
Okay. What's your situation like at the moment? Do you fart in front of each other?
Oh, yes, I farted in front of the fan and blew it in his face last night. It's better than a Dutch oven.
That's
That's awesome. And then, Emma, would you counter that with possibly just showing a bit of flesh to your partner?
Yeah, just to make it fun. Not like all the time, but like, maybe not 3 times
Yeah.
to one fart.
So
Maybe just 1 to 1 fart.
1 to 1.
Yeah, just to keep it exciting and not boring.
I like it. Emma, I really like it.
Okay.
This has worked
Okay.
out well. Ali, do you at
Yes,
all
hello.
fart in front of your partner?
Never.
Never. How long's it been?
A little over 5 years we've been together. In early days in our relationship, he brought up farting and said that he thinks it's really funny and asked if I was ever going to do it. But because he said it was going to be funny, it made me never be able to do it.
Ali,
I didn't want him to laugh at it.
Have you ever had the thing? So, because I do hold my farts in when I'm with a partner, I had one time with my ex because I'd been holding them in all day and I had the worst stomach pains. I went to bed and I woke up in the middle of the night and the fart was long enough that it woke me up and I could still hear the second half. And I looked at my girlfriend at the time and I thought, I've gotten away with this. And it wasn't until I then talked about it on radio and she sent me a message saying, you absolutely did not get away with that. You got off 3 car alarms in the area. Have you ever farted in your sleep that you know of?
Yes, I definitely have. But he tried to get me the other night, actually. It was 2 nights ago. I told him to be quiet because our youngest was asleep. And he said to me, well, your farts are louder in your sleep. And I knew that it was a joke because I know very well that that doesn't happen.
Okay, you say so.
Thank you, Ali. G'day, Abby.
Hello.
Is this the dumbest thing ever?
Dumbest thing ever. Dumbest. I kid you not. I don't want to feel contractually obligated because I am releasing a natural bodily function to then expose myself.
Get him, Abs.
My partner and I, we high five when I fart. We celebrate it. And
Right.
especially if it's stinky and loud, bonus high five.
Hey, Abby, can I ask you,
Yes.
because I think this would be a great opportunity for a fantastic fart joke.
Yes.
Have you ever been able to execute the double fart? So you fart, and then when you high five on the contact
Yep.
of skin to skin,
Yep.
you let out a second fart?
Yep.
Oh,
and then
well.
I do worse than the Dutch oven. If we're in bed and I fart and I know it's going to stink, I fluff the covers.
Oh my God, the German stove.
I mean,
Yep.
you don't need a flash. It sounds like that's a pretty steamy relationship anyway.
Well, he gets flashed because I want to flash him, but I don't want to feel contractually obligated to flash him just because I've done a human naturally thing.
Yeah.
As well as what said earlier, what do we get when you guys fight? Because his are always so right. They make me want to vomit.
Okay, Abby, what would you like from your partner if that happened?
Chocolate, flowers.
There you go, happy.
Carrie and Tommy. Carrie and Tommy.
Across Australia for your Thursday Arvo, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little. No Bickers today. We've got Dave Thornton filling in, and we're doing this.
Snooze End of Financial Year sale is on now. Save up to 50% off selected mattresses. Plus, for a limited time only, take an extra 10% off selected mattresses on already reduced prices. Hurry, sale on now.
Escape to paradise.
If I could escape,
Those will be the best memories.
With Carrie and Tommy.
Bye. This is so good. All you got to do is get yourself in the boarding lounge and we could be speaking to you and you could be coming to paradise with us. Thorno, what do the lucky people get?
Mate, look at this. Return flights for 2, 3 nights accommodation at the Intercontinental Hayman Great Barrier Reef, breakfast daily.
What about the boat?
Oh, please. What, you think you're swimming there? Hell no. Luxury boat transfers to and from Hayman Island, plus $200 resort credit and more.
Stacey, how good does that sound?
That sounds amazing.
How long's it been since you've been on a holiday?
Probably about 13 years without kids, and with kids for about 8 years.
Oh, who are you going to bring?
It's been a long time. I'm going to bring my husband. It's actually our 15-year anniversary on the 27th of June.
That's nice.
Do you still like each other?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Your voice kind of went up a bit.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, Stace, this is real easy. All you need to do is pick the poolside drink that young Dave Thornton and I are currently sipping on. You'll get one clue, and if you get it right...
Please make it easy.
There's been a mixture so far. We are not in control of the clues, but hopefully you get it right and you are coming to paradise with us. If you get it wrong, unfortunately, we go to our next call in the boarding lounge. Are you ready to go, Stace?
I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I hope so.
Okay, just focus. You got this. I'm the tea that turns a quiet night into a story you can't tell your boss.
Of Long Island iced tea?
Is that it, Tommy? Is that the...
You want to have a sip of yours and tell us?
Oh, that is quite strong.
Stacey, you're coming to paradise!
Yes! That's amazing. Thank you so much.
No worries at all. We can't wait to see you there. Stacey, you know you are our first winner who is actually bringing their partner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was going to bring my sister, but I thought, no, I'll bring my husband, so it's our anniversary, so why not?
We're going to have the best time, Stacey. We can't wait to see you there.
Can't wait. Thank you very much.
We've also got more trips to give away as well, so make sure you're listening every morning from 9 a.m. This winter, escape the chill and embrace sun-drenched days with Intercontinental Hayman Great Barrier Reef's limited time anniversary offer from $525 per night. Conditions apply.
Carrie and Tommy.
Right around Australia for your Thursday Arvo, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little. No Bickers today. We've got Dave Thornton filling in.
She said the surfing safari gets back tomorrow morning, so I think we should have her back for tomorrow afternoon show, which is very exciting. She's always refreshed after a 6 session in the green room.
Oh, but she calls it a different... She has a different type of green room, though, doesn't she?
She told me she has stopped the extracurricular activities of smoking the reefer.
But she's been doing that for a while.
Is he?
Yep. Anyway.
Okay. All factual?
Hey?
Everything you just...
Yeah.
Okay.
She's getting pitted at the moment. Getting pitted. And,
she's hanging 10.
And saying things like, stay off my wave weekender.
Get back to the valley, man.
Get back to the valley, bro. Robert De Niro, David.
I know him.
Star of the 2016 film Dirty Grandpa. And is he ever? Because he is 81 and he's got a 2-year-old and he's trying to give us advice. And I thought I'd share it with you.
Please do. I know the segue you were trying to pull off, slightly disrespectful to his IMDb. Just been like...
Bring up Dirty Grandpa instead of the other films.
That he's won Oscars for. Oh, sure.
Who
Carry on.
cares? Who cares? Don't tell us how to live.
Yep.
You're 81, you've got a 2-year-old, bro. I reckon look after your own stuff. What else would you like me? Red Lights, 2012, Little Fockers. He's got too many of them for a man who's 81.
How old is his oldest kid?
What just happened? Oh, you got a 4th woman pregnant with another kid. That's what happened.
To be fair, he probably does ask that question quite a lot.
Analyse that, 2002. That's what we're trying to do, mate. 15 minutes. Bet it didn't take that long.
Yeah, there we go. That many kids, Raging Bull, absolutely is. Let's go.
Here we go. He doesn't even have the list in front of him.
So hang on a second. So his youngest is
2.
Has he got other children?
Oh, 2023 film about my father. He's the old bloke in the corner. He's 81. I'm 2. I can't even talk yet. So would you like to know his list of offspring?
Please.
So it started with Diane Abbott. They had daughter Drina. Drina's now 53. And son Raphael, who's now 48. And then in 1995, he welcomed twins Julian and Aaron, 29, with his former girlfriend, Tukey Smith. Then he moved on to Grace Hightower, and he's got Elliot, 27, Helen Grace, 13. And then in April 2023, he welcomed daughter Gia with his current girlfriend, Tiffany Chen. Do you want to play a fun game of guess the ages of the wives?
Oh, is it fun?
It's gonna shock you, but they go down.
Oh,
no way.
Yeah, I know.
Bobby.
His first wife was pretty much his age. Diane was 80 and he's 81, so that's pretty similar.
Oh, yeah.
Tukey Smith, 72. Okay. Grace Hightower, 70. Tiffany Chen takes a fair jump. She's 45.
Oh.
Whoa.
Which is younger.
Oh, than his oldest kids.
Yeah. His daughter and son are 53 and 48, and his girlfriend's 45.
How does that conversation go when you introduce them to, this is your stepmom?
This is someone who was in grade 1 when you were in year 10.
It's like, yeah, no, I recognise her. I used to bully her in high school.
Yeah. You got to be respectful to your elders, like your son. It's weird.
Carrie and Tommy.
Now, Thorno, this is the part of the show where Bickers usually brings us a musical fact. I'm assuming you didn't come equipped.
Correct.
Okay.
Just went through my brain, realised I had nothing to offer.
The little guy in the filing cabinet sifting through facts. Yeah. Have you got any facts?
What, just in general?
Yeah.
Oh, geez, now you put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I did something popped up in my feed recently. Do you really want to know?
Yeah,
it?
100%.
There's only 3 species on the planet that go through menopause, which is orcas, elephants, and humans.
Really?
So, am I in my mid-40s and do these conversations come up regularly because possibly they could be on the precipice of my partner's life? Yeah.
Married an orca. David, I thought...
What was the toss-up in your brain like there?
Yeah, it was tough.
Yeah, mate, you asked me for it.
I've written you a script for a fact like Carrie would bring, so all we need to do is read out that, because this is the type of thing that Carrie would say at this point before we throw to a song in back-to-back.
Like Carrie?
Yes, please.
Wicked has officially Wicked has officially released the trailer for its second installment, Wicked for Good, which is due out in cinemas later this year, Tommy. And boy, are we on the edge of our seats.
Yeah.
I'm only reading what I've been given. The new trailer treats us to a glimpse of the songs No Good Deed Goes Unpunished and the titular track For Good. And let's just say, ooh, goosebumps.
Oh.
This is between us, the wizard, and I.
The Wicked Witch can't elude us forever. Not with Prince Fiero and his squadron hot on her trail.
I mean, I'm excited. I love the first one. Did your girls love it?
I haven't seen it, neither have they. But as I just read, goosebumps.
Yes. Go continue reading.
In anticipation for the November 21st release.
Oh, yeah, what are you
I
going to
just
do?
can't help
What, David?
Don't read ahead.
to let out the infamous Elphaba battle cry. Elphaba.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. I looked at Eli. Don't know why. I'm not saying you're into musicals, Eli. I just looked at you for some reason. Oh, God, do I have to do
The only
this?
gay in the studio got a real staring to then. Why? Is it a Greek thing? Elphaba? I guess it's a Greek-sounding name.
Mate, he was the only safety in this storm.
Pick it. Racist or homophobic. Pick one.
No.
So you're going to let out the alphabet? Oh, the note. I think we've got it here from the first one. That's wonderful. Of course, from Defying Gravity. Take it away, Dave.
Hang on a second. I'm just going to unzip my fly and then I'm going to catch it in it. Hang on.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Let's get some songs on.
Carrie and Tommy.
Across the country for your drive home, it's Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little, but no Bickers today, and we have Dave Thornton filling in.
Yes, but she'll be right for the run. We have just 8 days to go till we run the Big 5 Marathon in South Africa, raising money for Carrie's Beanies for brain cancer. Thorno, I mentioned it off air, and you brought up a story that I don't remember.
Which I'm not surprised, because you're flying to South Africa, which is awesome. Like, man, I should go. But
come.
I don't reckon I'm going to ask my wife. I'm just going to go. But the last time you flew to Africa was with me and Johnny.
Yes.
Because we climbed Mount Kilimanjaro.
Yes, we did, David.
Yeah, it's all coming back to you.
I remember that bit.
Some of it.
It was so good.
I'll let you guys know, this is how relatable Tommy is, because we're about to fly over, and I said, man, because we'd had COVID for so long, and I had all these points sitting there, and I just went, that's it, I'm upgrading. I'm going into business class. Why not?
Oh, this had Thorno tried to big dog me at the gate. I remember this.
And I said, how good's this? Like, we're going to be flying over there in business class, because after 3 long years of lockdowns.
Yes, I had the same thinking.
And he stood there, straight-faced, and I said, because we'll be in business class. And he's like, yeah, I'm in first. I said, what a relatable guy.
Not just me, Johnny as well. I had to take the elderly man that I live with.
Hey, guys, have you got any depends there that you can possibly use?
Oh, no, he's a definitely. He will definitely shit himself.
So I get into business class. I thought, well, don't want to take the shine off it. You know, it's still going to be fun. And I get in my little Jimmy Jams, and because I got young kids, they're almost like, what would you like, Mr. Thornton? To sleep. That's what I would appreciate. I'm putting this thing straight out as soon as we're off the tarmac, and I'm going to go to sleep.
It's a waste of business class.
So I find when I wake up,
you got to try and drink more than your ticket price.
Well, this leads into the end of the story, doesn't it?
And
because
it's expensive.
Because I wake up and the steward said, "Oh, how was your sleep?" I said it was quite good, and they said, well, there was a gentleman who was trying to wake you up. And I said, what do you mean? And I found out you came through from first and was like, Thorno! And they're like, leave him alone, he's sleeping. You're like, no, he's me mate, I want to hear from me. And they said, no, he won't. And they kicked you, the first person in history, back to first class because like, you were causing too much trouble.
This reminds me of when we went away once with our old producer, Sonda, who you've worked with as well, wonderful woman.
Yes.
And I was in business and I walked down and got her from economy because there was a bar, and I said, hey, come up, just have a drink. She goes, I'm in economy. And I said, it doesn't matter, you can come up to the bar. And I took her through to the bar, and she came straight up and goes, sorry, ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you to go back to economy. And I just looked at her and said, I tried to tell her.
Follow Carrie Bickmore and Tommy Little on socials at Carrie Tommy Show.
Bye.
Bye. Carrie and Tommy love a good deal, and CommBank Yellow has plenty. Cashbacks, discounts and exclusive deals. Just for banking with CommBank. Say hello to CommBank Yellow today.
No Bickers today. We got Dave Thornton filling in.
No, she's got the last of her pottery classes, I believe, so she'll be back.
Oh, is she doing the wheel or?
She's on the wheel.
Okay.
100%. Awesome. What do you got coming up? Thorn balls is what I went to say, and then I forgot we were on radio for a second, and then...
Good thing you stopped yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Closely avoided error.